Hi guys, Harry Yotis here. Professional trader for 20 years now. Started my career in 2005 and still going strong in 2026. Okay, as usual, here we are on the daily market update. Wednesday, the 14th of January, this candle right here on a chart of the S&P 500 daily. Okay, the big news of the day is, well, it's continuing news. Chop X 2.0. We are still in Chop X, okay? What goes down goes up, and what goes up goes down. The job of the market makers, barring any new fundamental news, is to have the most options expire worthless during this week. So look, we went all the way down. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a huge wick all the way to 685 and then bought back at 690. Don't be surprised at this move, okay? If the opposite could have happened. We could have opened higher and ended lower. Okay. The point is that OPEX is trying to destroy all option premium. Okay. So expect to see this market actually close around 690 to 695. Okay. That's my guess. Like barring anything big happening, like Trump doing something with Iran or something, this should basically close flat in my opinion, from 690 to 695. Okay, but first let's talk about the technical picture. I mean, we don't have to get more deep into it. I love the sequence of lower drops in the SPY here, like a little volatility consolidation, if you will. Big drop followed by a lesser big drop followed by an even smaller drop and almost no drop here. Okay, this action here was to fool everybody into OPEX. So we are still bullish. I mean, you can bring in the moving averages. Everything is aligned above everything else. Here, this is the 50. We're above the 50. Every short-term moving average above the next highest moving average. The 200 upward sloping. I mean, you don't even have to bring them in. This is an obviously bullish setup. But we don't just look at the technical setup. We also look at the sentiment. Sentiment, finally, we're on the border of greed. It's like we can't get one decent greed day, like within 70 to 75, or a greed week. Can we have a greed week, please? Okay. Still, we're at fear here because the market went down. Extreme greed on the stock price strength, yes. But look here, this is still surprising. The put-call ratio is still at extreme fear. People are still buying puts, and I suspect they bought them as this market was at lows. Okay, and these puts that they bought are gonna expire worthless, in my opinion. Okay. This is what's telling you that this market is still a wall of worry and it could go higher. I just suspect that during OPEX, nothing happens. Market makers want to destroy premium. Okay. So to me, barely having a day in greed is not enough to solidify real optimism in the market. We are not in optimism. We are not in greed. We are not in euphoria mode. Markets don't top with fear. They top in euphoria, I guess, or some kind of bullishness. Well, here you have a lot of people still buying puts, so I don't see a lot of bullishness. That's why I am still bullish. Okay, so that's it for the technical and the sentiment picture. It's bullish. Okay, we did have some macro news come out. Okay, a slew of macro news. It's the producer price index, which is the prices for consumer goods. They came in for October and November due to the government shutdown in last, September, October. Data wasn't coming out. So look, we had the PPI. This is the producer price index month over month. It came in at 0.1% in October, okay, from 0.6 before, dropping. And now it's at 0.2, and they were expecting 0.2. So it's very anemic. Okay, producer prices are going down. Tariffs are not having any effect on producer prices. Okay, and if you look at the core PPI, this is like the normal PPI, the core PPI, which is even less pronounced. Look, here was 0% core PPI for November and 0.3% for October. I mean, this is telling you that we don't have tremendous inflation yet in the consumer prices. Okay, that should be a plus. Perfect. So let's go and talk about 3 stocks that we follow and I want to give you guys an update on. First of all, UUUU Energy Fuels. This is one of the 2 preferred plays on rare earths. And global resource war. I love it. It's one of the few themes that we should be playing. Okay, the other one being precious metals and defense stocks being the other one. So UUU today, great day. We got long around here, waited for a long time. We got long the 15.22 call spread. Okay, we got in for $1, and we got out of half of my position here at $5. Okay, the price of UUU now is $20.91. The spread that we got out in was at trading at 5, so we got out at half. Okay, and I'm probably going to get rid of the half very soon. Okay, because it expires this Friday. These are options that expired in January. Okay, entered 3 months ago. So now they're starting to pay dividends. We got rid of half at 5. So even if the other half drops to 0, we still made 2.5 times our money. So this is looking good. You want to be in the space that's probably going to succeed: rare earths and critical elements. Okay. The other thing that we talked about was Bitcoin. Bitcoin looking good. We said once it gets to the 9, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me when it's consolidating, only when it breaks above the 94,000. It did. We're still holding Mara as a proxy to Bitcoin. However, this is a short-term trade. I'm still bullish Bitcoin. It might get between the 105 to 110 level before rolling over. So to me, if you were following my daily market updates for a long time, you know that as the SPY here was being dropped because of the Bitcoin capitulation, I got long. Okay, we got very, very long here, and what we got long was precious metals and general market stocks. Okay, but not Bitcoin, because we thought that Bitcoin would not participate as this market's going up. It wouldn't participate as much because it got monkey hammered from this big what would you call it, liquidation event. So as predicted, months have gone by, it did nothing. So when something gets destroyed like this, you don't want to be in it after, okay? You wait. So as the market went up, there were better opportunities. Bitcoin was not one of them. But now you have a short-term opportunity to buy it, as we have Mara. So I suspect Bitcoin fulfills the prophecy and maybe gets up to the 102 to 109 level. Somewhere here, I don't know where, okay? So Mara was my choice. It didn't do very well, as you can see. It went up from 23 all the way down to 11. This is not the space I want to be in. I'm just hoping it goes to 13 so I can get out, and it will be nice. Because right now I'm showing a loss on the Mara trade. Okay, so that is my thoughts on. Those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. I suspect a short-term bullish move, but I'm not very happy about it. I still think it's a very bearish trend, and I don't think this is going to be a good space going forward, so I don't want to put a lot of my money into it, okay? You know what I like. I like precious metals, general market equities, and the defense industry, okay? So last but not least, let's look at another trade that I have. Oil. Remember I got into this? I suspected that Venezuela, I got it short right here. It went in, I got short around these levels. It went in my favor, but then boom, right back up. When you have big news like Venezuela being invaded and oil should have gone down and it goes up, that's not a good sign. So I covered half my short exposure here, even before it touched my stop loss, okay? And now I'm waiting, okay? This is a indecision candle coming here. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, even war with Iran is not enough to destroy this bearish trend. I'm hoping that it gets up to the 65 second, find some kind of reason to short it, because I am still bearish oil. I don't think oil is in bull mode, okay? The fundamentals are not there for it. Even a war with Iran might not do it, okay? We'll see. That's a big question mark. So I still have half a position, and I'm not really excited about this short, okay? So that's it, guys. Let's reiterate. SPY, ChopX, I expect this to go up and down, look. Got shut down. This is a bullish wick in my opinion. If the market in the next 2 days in ChopX goes around or close around 690 to 695, burns all the premium, and then next week I suspect it rips to new highs with a vengeance. We go into the 700 to 710 range, okay? Because this is a very bullish wick in my opinion. So ChopX will do its move. After that, after ChopX does its thing, gets rid of all the premium for the options, then we could probably go much higher. That's what I suspect. Okay. We had some macro coming in. Producer prices, core, came in for October and November. Core PPI at 0.3% in October. It's like 0% in November. It's not even worth mentioning. Inflation is not there. Inflation is not there in the producer prices where we would have expected to see it given the tariffs. Okay, so that's with the macro. We also had the UUU trade that worked out in our favor. We got out at half at $5 credit when it cost us $1 to enter the 15 to 22 call spread. Okay, so we're very happy with our rare earths plays. Again, I want to mention that I only like 3 or 4 segments in this market. Okay, I like the precious metals, silver, and any kind of critical metals play. Okay, I guess you can separate them into precious metals and then the critical metals as a secondary theme is what I like. And I also like general equities. And the third thing, the next thing after, I guess, general equities would be more specifically the defense sector. I think the defense sector profits from this. We'll get into it in another update. But so far, UUU looking good. Got rid of half at $5, which is when it was trading around the 20 to 25 level, something like that. Okay, that's when I got out of it. So still holding half a position on UUU. Bitcoin, I like the breakout. I like the short-term move. I don't like it longer term. I'm still bearish on it. Might even enter a short if it gets much, much higher. Okay, but I do like the short-term move on it. And with Mara, it's a losing trade on Mara. I'm hoping it gets to 13 so I can break even, because that would be my break-even cost. So that's for Mara. And US oil, still bearish. Okay, I don't like my short that I took here. I should have waited. I pulled the trigger too quickly. That's why I got rid of half of my short after this candle here. I entered it around here, went in my favor. I was expecting this big breakdown from this level. It didn't happen. So I'm wrong. I got rid of immediately half of the position because I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it was operating. And yeah, now I'm losing on the other half. But I still think that oil is a general downturn. I just pulled the trigger. My timing was bad. It was a bad mistake. Not a bad mistake. It's still not that. It can still turn around. It wasn't a good time. I should have got rid of all of it after the Venezuela move, because what I was expecting to happen didn't happen. So my spidey sense was going off. I got rid of half and still holding half. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's it, guys. If you like what you saw, like and subscribe. Leave a comment below, of course, and I will get to it as soon as possible. Looking forward to what happens in ChopX. Let's see if the market gets pinned around the 690 to 695 level. Later, guys.